Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
What's going on, everybody?
We are back to talk The Bachelorette. This is season 26, episode 2. Make sure you like, subscribe here, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all at The Reality, guys, all your Bachelor Nation coverage. We do know we have Golden Bachelorette coming up next in the rotation. We did get a confirmation that in 2025 there will be Bachelor in Paradise. So all Bachelor shows full steam ahead, Brian. Speaking of full steam ahead, really interesting. They traveled week 2.
Mhm.
18 guys to Australia. The budget they shoot up on this show, man, is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I guess that just shows that COVID, everyone's over COVID because they weren't doing that for a while. I mean, at least since I've been watching with you, they weren't really doing that.
The number one story of the night, though, and I'm not going to bury the lead, is we do have a feud forming. We have a pretty established feud. We have and I'm going to throw out in quotes, a villain of the season because I think the guy might be a little annoying, but I don't think he really has done anything wrong. Obviously, everyone, I'm talking about the line cutter, your man, our man, was it Devin, right? And
Yeah.
then he has a new rival. Aaron is the first one. Mr. Pearl, as I like to call him. Uh,
Yeah.
Basically, Dylan's just doing the thing that people do every season. Someone gets, I don't even say aggressive. They're just not dumb, and they just go and pull the person. And everyone gets mad when they talk to the person more than once when they haven't talked to anyone. And this one got to the point where guys came and what was our other buddies? The last one, it was Thomas N. Thomas N, who wasn't even the main person involved in that feud, storms in when he's talking to Jen and tells him that he's using up everyone's time and he has lied on his word. And he sits there and explains to Jen that they had basically done a sign up sheet for the order who gets to talk to her. And she shut that crap down pretty quick. Brian, what is your reaction? And are you surprised that everyone survived?
My reaction is I think that Thomas N just shouldn't have interrupted. He should have just waited until they were all in there. And he needed the allies there. I think because obviously Devin knows how to talk, so he kind of put him in a corner with you look stupid, you're embarrassing. But I mean, I think Devin is corny as hell. I don't like anybody in this race at all. Like Aaron's wearing a pearl necklace as a dude. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what is this fashion choice here? But I don't like Devin. I really don't. I don't think Pete Davidson is a good comp.
No, Devin's a cornball, dude.
Yeah,
He's
he's super corny.
first of all, he has no game because he's the one. He almost blew his own spot up
He
before all
has
that crap
absolutely no
even
game.
happened. He's having a conversation where he's letting her know, "Hey, in case shit goes down tonight, like I'm a good guy, I swear." And like she put two and two together. This guy is a weirdo. Then he's out there taunting Thomas outside, and I would honestly, that's what a guy like Thomas said needs to take the calculus in his head and go, am I really going to win this season? Because I could just go down as the guy that just cracked this sucker who's like following me and crap talking me, and I just took him out, right? Because that's where if you're gonna say that Devin was say in the right or did nothing wrong, that's where he crossed the line and he proved he was a douche, right? Because he's out there taunting them all because it went well for him. And like you said, I just don't like watching a bunch of sissies fake tough guy talk each other.
Right. And this would all be cleared up if we've said before, Jen can just go into the booth, watch the tape in there, take a little 5 minute breather while she's waiting there for that 10-minute conversation that you're saying. I just don't believe any of it. I feel like all of it was staged and fake. Like obviously they have a disagreement, but I think they play it up like that Aaron has a book that he can give him. Like it just doesn't gel with me.
Some dude hands me a self-help book after I've already shut him down and he's starting to rap. I'm taking that book and I'm throwing it in the pool. Are you nuts? Don't give me a book, dude. With these guys, I don't hate this. Remember, we always make the joke. Do we hate the season yet? I don't hate the season yet. I don't even really even hate these guys. I just think they're all just goobers right now. There's a couple of them. I'll tell you them. There's a couple of them I think are normal guys. You know, we even today, like I liked Marcus, right? I like Grant. There are a few dudes who I think are actual dudes, but your point is a great point about Jen being able to be filled in on what's actually said and not letting rumors be the thing. Because guess what? We got that proven right tonight where she got the eavesdrop on that conversation. And guess what? It gave her a much better context when when Thomas comes back and sits with her, right? Because she had heard the conversation.
Right.
So he couldn't lie about the conversation. And that stuff that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see if you go back and watch our reviews, a lot of you that watch our Bachelor stuff have been watching for a while. It's something that I don't like in regular media as well. I don't like dumb leads. I don't like dumb protagonists. And if they don't have all the information,
Right.
sometimes they make really dumb calls, right? And she was able to make an informed decision. I don't know that she kept Thomas there on her own accord. She seemed pretty icked by him. If that may have been the producer save, because they're like, this is now the main source of drama in the season with him and Devin, because they've already gone to. That's like a three-way date waiting to happen.
Yeah. Oh man, that'd be so
Or
early.
Mr. Pearl.
Yeah, I don't know. I just even the only thing that really like Devin, I understand that you didn't specifically say what you were gonna do, but you knew he was gonna do it. That's the thing. Like you watched these segments play out, and you knew that he was gonna go in there because they only showed him be like, you know what, guys, yeah, you guys go first, and then immediately he's the one who goes first. So it's just
Yeah,
like,
you're right. I'll respect your time. You knew what you were saying to them. You don't need to be verbatim. You're being, again, that's where it's all, what's it
right at the
matter?
door.
And is it really worth it week 2? You're just jumping way too early. When you're your center for attention this early in the season, you're done. That he's not surviving. He may
Right.
again just be a source of drama. Those guys are all gone by like week 5. Pearl guy, Thomas and Devin. They're not. If any of the 3 of them make it past, like I said, literally another 3 episodes, that would be wild to me.
Yeah, I'd be kind of annoyed if honestly one of them gets it one on one next week.
Yeah, if
I
it's
don't
a
want to watch
one-on-one
Devin
that
talk
leads
for another
to
10
an
minutes.
elimination, then that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, I don't want to hear Devin talk for another 10 minutes. I've already heard enough of him this season.
I do want to jump back just in general. We were in Melbourne. I do think they did a decent job with the dates this week.
Yeah.
I'm usually really harsh. And again, it goes back to what you and I say, Brian. Simple is best, right? The first one, they walked around a market where it's really popular. You got to try different food. They did the shot with the desert oyster kangaroo, right? It was funny, right? It was just the level of culture. They do the Vegemite. The other people, even, I hate the lizards and the snakes, but hey, that's like a very topical thing for them to do. And they have to take pictures, right? Even the skydiving, it's an outdoorsy type thing. So honestly, it's usually one of the things that I crap on or just plain blow by. I actually didn't have a problem with any of the dates this week, which I cannot remember the last time I said that.
I don't love when they do the stand-up comedy.
Yeah, that's almost to me. I do think it's kind of wasted when they're traveling, but maybe they're going to be traveling for a while this season. So they always kind of do that. I do wish it was maybe a little later in the season so there could be even more intense feelings about each other, right? They all just kind of made fun of Devin because he cut them in line, and that was the
Right.
worst that they could say about him.
Ice cream man. I just also then just none of it was funny. Like if these people aren't funny, I don't want to be subjected to watching them because that's the thing about that always rubbed me the wrong way about the show. When they go into a comedy club, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no
Right.
surprises anymore. I mean, the only surprise today maybe was like, oh, that one group they turned into a one-on-one. Like that's not. I like that. Like that is different that they're doing. But like when you walk into a comedy club and you're like, hey, by the way, here, give us 10 minutes. It's like, all right, how many times have we
10
seen this? Like
minutes is a
30 times?
lot.
10 minutes is a really long time. I don't think it was 10 minutes. Probably like 2 minutes.
You did mention, and that is the one thing I do want to give Devin credit for this week. The ice cream move was good. The ice cream
The first
snub.
time.
Yeah, the first one when he took
Second one
Aaron's
was dumb.
sign. I thought it was really funny though, because it was a big fu to that guy, and he took it and like left, right? He he should have had the Thomas reaction, right? Not Thomas, who just could have waited probably 30 more seconds and had no issues.
You're talking about Aaron here?
I'm saying that Aaron should have had the reaction that Thomas had, right? Like
He's
that
being
would have been
smarter
more
about it
deserving than Thomas getting mad.
by not doing it in front of her. Like he's doing it in
Yeah,
secret.
because I mean, not for nothing. I mean, like Devin like jerked Aaron off there, man. Like that's clowning somebody pretty bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like him. I don't like him at all.
So that was the only credit I gave him. Grant got the group date rose note for that first date. The Marcus obviously got a rose on the one-on-one date, and Dylan got the date rose for group 2 for the Wizards. Just something to point out. The rose ceremony, Brian, this week. I do have the names. We are going to grace them. As I mentioned, the 3 gentlemen who got date roses are already safe, but the rest of the gentlemen here from the rose ceremony were Austin, Hakeem, Spencer, Jeremy, Jonathan, John, Thomas A, Sam M, Sam N, Devin, Aaron, and Thomas N, like we mentioned, makes the last dramatic rose, eliminating Brian, Marvin, and Jahan. So 3 men eliminated. That means, Brian, we are now down to 15 men left in season 26. Still probably another 3 eliminated next week to get us down to a dozen, and then we'll probably start moving to like 2.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Any thoughts on the way out?
I mean, so far so good, I guess. It's one of those shows. It's like a bomb, taking bomb from me.
No hate watching yet so far. This was definitely an improvement on week 1. And like I said, hopefully we keep up some positive momentum. If you are a fan of reality TV here on ABC, we are covering Claim to Fame season 3. Those are on Wednesday nights. I did check; it is not canceled because of the Republican National Convention, so there will be a new episode. I was worried about that with that going on this week primetime. Some things could get bumped, but it doesn't look like that did.
Really?
We also are covering 90 Day Fiance the other way. We are covering. How else we got going on, Brian?
Love Island.
Geez.
Um, we finished up the mole. I think I'm not really. I think another maybe mini lull.
We'll
Wonder if
mini
the Olympics.
lull. We do
Wonder if
have
the
people
Olympics.
that ask. I'm just going to get out ahead of this, everybody. We do know Big Brother is coming back this week. Don't hold your breath.
I'm wasting my
Don't
time with
do not hold your breath. Honestly, and this is what I've always said, if anything from us, if anything, TikTok, like 60 seconds. It's probably going to be me saying I thought that was another dumb episode of Big Brother. So if you really love Big Brother, though, you should go check out our buddies over at the Strat Chat podcast. That is their favorite show. They've watched every season. They know their stuff backwards and forwards. So you should go check them out. They do it live too. They do it on Thursday nights for Big Brother for eviction nights. So that's definitely the show to watch on YouTube if you're looking for the right reviews. But for myself and Brian, until the next review of something we actually like, peace.
you.
That's right. It is me.